We know about 43% of households are bleach households, but we also know it's not great for the environment. It's not great for your washer. It's not great for your clothes and the longevity of them.
And a lot of people don't know how to use it right.
Right. So what we tried to basically do is mimic the use of bleach without needing it whatsoever. The dial here, you'll notice that we have something called Optic whites. So this basically took our already best-in-class white cycle for lighter or bright white fabrics and really tried to leverage our Smart Boost technology and deliver an even more amazing performance, but we set out to do it without the need for any bleach whatsoever. So we know about 43% of households are bleach households, but we also know it's not great for the environment. It's not great for your washer. It's not great for your clothes and the longevity of them.
And a lot of people don't know how to use it right.
Right. So what we tried to basically do is mimic the use of bleach without needing it whatsoever. It really plays into our sustainability mission here at Electrolux to make clothes last twice as long with half the environmental impact. So what we did with this new Optic white cycle is a couple key things. First, we have that Smart Boost technology inside the washer to pre-mix your detergent with the water, of course, to properly remove those stains. But that's only half the battle, because once you remove those stains, especially for whiter or lighter fabrics, you have to keep those soils off your clothes. You don't want them to redeposit, especially as they're continuing to kind of be cycled through in that washed water. So the ways that we do that are twofold. First, we have some very specific motions of the drum, and you'll notice in here, these little kind of flaps on the side of the drum, that the agitator pieces to kind of beat and kind of remove soils and everything, have holes in them. So as the drum is spinning, we have very special, precise movement of the drum for the white cycle so that it spins in a way to kind of knock those soils away from your clothing. So again, it's in that wash water. The soils have been taken out by Smart Boost and the chemical. Now it's about keeping them out. So those fins with these little water channels on them become almost like a little jet stream to kind of knock those soils and keep them away from your clothes. But the really exciting thing here with our Optic white cycle is during the draining phase. So think about it, your wash load is done, your cycle is almost complete, you're seeing the dial count down to almost 0, you're ready to go throw it in the dryer. Think about what's happening to your clothes in every other washer. They're sitting here in a pile at the bottom of the drum, and that wastewater is now being drained out over your clothes. What's important to keep in mind there is that if there's still any soil or particulates in your water and it's draining out over your clothes, those are now just resettling back onto your fabrics as that water is being drained out. So what we do in our Optic white cycle is we tumble the load ever so gently as the water is being drained out to keep the fabrics away from that water as it's draining out at the bottom of the tub and prevent the potential for residue to redeposit back onto your clothes. We know that some consumers might already be kind of thinking about that, which is why they run something like an extra rinse. But the key there is that there's very minimal difference between the water that was drained out and an extra rinse cycle. It's a whole new extra load of water that gets introduced. So environmentally, sustainably, it's not maybe the most efficient use of your water, especially for the impact that you get. We have something called Pure Rinse. So this is a new way of basically providing an extra rinse, but using no extra water whatsoever. It's just how the water that we're already using, we just get it clean enough to a point where we don't have to introduce a whole new extra load of water. And not only that, but delivers a better overall residue impact than even our previous best-in-class extra rinse cycle used to compared to the competition. So what you see here are a couple samples. So these are a couple other manufacturers, and this is an example of how much detergent was still left over in the water at the end of cleaning cycle. So these are other manufacturers' performance from what's left over after cleaning their clothes. This was our previous generation of Electrolux laundry with an extra rinse cycle. So you can see already, like, we were doing a much better job compared to the competition with removing residue. But this is introducing a full new load of water at the end of the cycle. That's that extra rinse option to get out some of those residues. This is our result after using the Pure Rinse,
which doesn't add extra water compared to the extra rinse. So it does have the third load of water, because regularly the cycles will do rinses, and extra rinse or pure rinse will have 3. but now we are reducing the detergent left on the clothes even more without using more water.
So it just splits it the same amount of water, but in 3 rinses?
Actually, the extra rinse already has 3 rinses.
Well, yeah, I just mean the pure rinse cycle
Right.
takes the same amount of water.
Then the extra rinse, yes.